Emotional exhaustion is a state of feeling mentally drained, overwhelmed, and depleted. It often comes from prolonged periods of stress, intense work, or even difficult life situations. And today, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 signs that you're emotionally exhausted. Number one on my list is reduced motivation. Do you feel like you've lost interest in tasks that you enjoyed or you found fulfilling? So it could be simple things like washing dishes, doing the laundry, cooking. Do you just feel like there's no motivation to do this particular thing that you used to enjoy doing? This might be a sign that you're emotionally exhausted. Number two, increased irritability. Do you find that you have such a short temper? So, over minor issues, you're finding yourself getting extremely raged, angry. This is a sign that you're emotionally exhausted because think about it. Why did you get so angry over such a minor issue? Number three, lack of productivity. Do you feel like you're not achieving as much as you used to? So it could be in your personal life, it could be in your work life. Do you find that you're struggling to be productive, to find that work life balance? Do you just feel like even when you've done it, you feel like, this is not good enough? You're always finding that you're not doing enough. If this is you, this is a sign you need to pay attention to. Number four, physical symptoms. And I find that a lot of people just tend to ignore this. So, do you find that you're constantly having headaches? It could be digestive issues, it could be muscle tension. These are signs that your body is exhausted. And what you find is when you're emotionally exhausted, your body will begin to speak to you. And this is why you find that without doing anything, you're just constantly having headaches, you're watching TV, you're getting dizzy spells. This is your body speaking to you, and it's important that we pay attention to our body because, like I always say, before anything gets to physically affect you, it starts with your mind, your feelings, and then gets to your body. So you're at that place where it's a red signal and you need to stop and deal with it. Number four, isolation. Do you find yourself always making excuses why you're not hanging out with your friends like you used to love to? Do you just find that you're avoiding your loved ones, any social interaction, whatever? You're just always looking for an excuse to just be alone under your duvet. Now, I know we have introverts. I'm one. I love to be under my duvet. I love to just spend quality time with myself. But this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you who used to love being around people. You used to love your family being around you. And all of a sudden, you're looking for the slightest excuse not to be there, canceling last minute just because you rather just avoid talking to anyone. You don't want anyone asking you, how are you doing? How was your week? How was work? It could be relationship. This is a sign that you're exhausted. Number five, are you feeling detached? So it's possible that you're finding that you're no longer emotionally attached to the things that you used to be emotionally attached to. And I'll give examples. So, for example, you're in a relationship, you love this person, but suddenly you just find that you don't want to be around this person. Your emotions are not available anymore. You don't want to hug. You don't even want to sit down. When you start hearing things like, I love you, you're special to me, it triggers you. This is a sign that you're emotionally exhausted. Number six, increased negativity. Do you find yourself being pessimistic towards life? So, do you find that in every circumstance recently, you're always looking at the negative way of doing things? When someone is sharing a story, you're focusing more on the negative side of it. You're always thinking that everything is going to have a negative outcome. Did you always used to be like this? When did this start? Why is it happening? You need to look into this. Number seven, insomnia. So, do you find that you struggle to go to bed? When it's time to go to bed, you're struggling to sleep. Or it could be that You are sleeping, but you find yourself waking up. You're unable to actually stay sleeping because your mind is constantly racing through the thoughts of things that you're going through or the things that you're scared might happen. If this is you, please look into it because your body is speaking. Number eight, linked to the one we just spoke about, which is constant fatigue. Are you always tired? So it's possible that you've had 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep. You wake up and you're still tired. No motivation at all to get out of bed. You just want to be under that duvet because you don't understand why you slept for so long, but you still feel really tired. I'm not talking about I'm just tired. You're like you feel exhausted, like you haven't slept at all. This is not normal. Look into it. Number nine is this constant feeling of helplessness. So, do you always feel like there's no one around you to talk to or to help you, especially when you actually have people you can talk to? You just constantly feel helpless, overwhelmed, and just tired of everything. People are helping you, but still you're like, I have no friends. I have no one to talk to. Look into it. Number 10, which is my final point today, is apathy. Do you feel indifferent towards your well being or the well being of your loved ones? I want you to really focus on your well being. Do you constantly feel like, I don't care how I look? I don't care, you don't want to sort out your hair anymore. You used to love wearing makeup, but you don't care anymore. You just eat in an unhealthy way. It could be under eating or overeating, but you find that you're not caring about your well being, about how you feel. This is a red sign. This is a red line, and one that signifies that you need to stop and take care of yourself. Emotional exhaustion is a serious condition that can have an immense impact on your mental and emotional health, and is one that should not be ignored. If you find that you can relate to any of these signs, or you know someone who is going through this, please, 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 this is me telling you that you need to stop and, number one, seek professional help. So it could be with a mental health professional, with a therapist, with a doctor, but seek professional help. Number two, practice self-care. Take time out to do nothing. Yes, it's okay to just sleep, do nothing, and just take a deep breath. If you can afford it, go to the spa, get a massage. It could be a pedicure, it could be a manicure, but ensure that you pay attention to self care. Begin to set boundaries. What are the things that are triggering you and making you feel emotionally exhausted, overwhelmed, quickly irritable? Look at them and begin to set boundaries. The next thing is coping mechanisms. How can you manage this stress? It's important that you pay attention to this. Look for healthy coping mechanisms. Don't go into things like drinking alcohol or doing ungodly things because you're in this state. That is not sustainable. So when I'm saying coping mechanisms, look for things. It could be walking, it could be journaling, it could be worship experiences, it could be looking for a good support group, a Christian support group where you can talk about things that bring you joy. It's important that you prioritize your mental health. When your mind is right, your body will function well. And when you begin to feel emotionally exhausted, like I've said, all through this video, your body is literally beeping red, red, red. You need to fix me. Don't ignore it. Look into it. And I pray that you really find lasting solution to whatever it is that you're going through. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye-bye.